Hey folks, so I wanted to do an update on the Sunsails now that the sows are all moved out of their farming yards and they're out in the field. They've got plenty of trees in the pond and such for shade and wallows. Except for I'm filling a wallow over here for Benedict and his ladies. Cero uno and dos, and then he'll soon get that new gal that we just got in. Well, not soon, at least 30 days for quarantine, but wanted to do an update on those Sunsails. Definitely learned quite a few lessons on these and some things that I will improve for later ones. So let's flip this around here. So lesson number one, string is not the greatest thing ever. I don't remember which one of these it was, but one of them, actually you can see this one here. That string's fraying pretty bad. And one of them did fray to the point that it just tore off. Oh, is that one over there? Because you can see a bunch of mud on it. You can see how they're all leaned in. That's lesson number two. T-posts are not the best thing to hold these up. There's a lot of tension from the wind flapping them up and down. And yeah, it's just that and pigs rubbing on them. So what we're gonna do next year, and we put them too close together for the most part. So what we're gonna do next year, we're gonna take these down for the summer so that they're not just sitting out here unnecessarily flapping around and making that problem worse. So what we'll do next year, or this fall, when they come back in here, they won't really need them, but I'm still gonna put them up just because it's nice for them to have some shade. First off, we're gonna plant some trees in here now that they're out. We're gonna plant some walnuts, but we're gonna put in posts. So 4-inch posts at the corners, and then we can put, and we'll set them about a foot farther apart than we need, maybe 2 foot. So then we can put tensioners and carabiners, and we can then guarantee that it will be taller than these center posts. You can see this one did not work. It worked on the other one. That one did not go through. This one did, and it has just been wearing that hole out to be pretty bad in the middle. Up top, I don't think it's gonna be an issue. If it becomes a real bad problem, these were like 30 something bucks. I'll just buy a new one. But I don't want it to continue to do that and ruin it completely. As is, one little hole in the middle is not gonna be that big of a deal. We'll also be able to slope them because there was some slope, but not enough. So rainwater went through these ones. They're not impervious to rainwater, but they did pool some until it finally went through. Although it did really nice during the summer. One of my favorite things was instead of spraying directly on the pigs, we would spray water on these when it was real hot, and it would mist through it and create these little showers. So it spread it all out, and then it created a really nice humid zone for them, and they seemed to love that. I mean, when you spray them, they're happy, but it was kind of like a sigh of relief when you'd spray it on top and it would just mist out over the whole thing. So yeah, those are our biggest lessons with that. I do like the sails. I mean, you can see it's a big thing of shade. Throughout the day, it did move, and by the time they wore out, their shelters created a patch of shade. The best paddock was for sure the one with all the willows, but all in all, these were a good buy, and I will be continuing to do these. We did put one up on our pool deck and are really enjoying that. So I'm pretty happy with both this brand. The tarp itself held up great. Those D-rings were great. The extra stitching was great. Yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with these. Not happy with the string and not happy with the posts. Those are my improvements. But if you do that, if you put in posts that aren't T-posts, or if you did do T-posts, you could put another T-post at an angle back away from it and put a piece of wire angling it, same as you would on the end of a row of trellising. That way it stayed all the way back and they wouldn't be able to work it, That might work to make T-posts work if you're just trying to slap it up in the field real quick. But I would definitely recommend dropping in some real posts. And then you have that infrastructure for every year. You can take down the Sunsails in the winter so that they last several more years. Put them back up real quick in the summer. There's no need to move posts around. So that's what we're gonna do going forwards. I'll put up new posts this fall. Yeah. Well, I hope that was helpful, and I hope y'all get something out of it. Remember, if you like our content, please hit that like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, and drop a comment if there's something. This is something I wanted to do, but had got a comment from somebody asking about these. So here's the video to answer their question. I'll tag it in there or link it over into their comments. But this is how we know like what you guys want to see and what is worth my time to come out here and film, is you guys telling us like, hey, I'd love to see a video on this. So yeah, and then we also just got a Patreon made, so we're uploading videos to that. First video going up on Patreon is castration. What we do, so lessons we've learned over the years on that, and us castrating a piglet, showing you how to do that. Turn so the sun's not right there in the camera. So if that's something you want to see, its paywall is set at $10 donation once a month. You know, fingers crossed that you guys appreciate the content that goes on it every month to keep it going. But if not, just pay the $10 once and go watch the video and you're good to go. But like I said, I tend to keep putting content up there that makes it worth that $10. You know, that's less than a bag of feed. That's not much more than a coffee, you know. And as far as what we're putting up yoga videos, which will go up soon, that's less than a drop-in at a studio. So, and we'll be putting up a video a week of an hour-long practice on there. So, and then there are a bunch of other really cool tiers that we'll be including in that Patreon that'll really, really make it worth everybody's time. So yeah, check that out. Let me know what you think. Y'all have a great weekend.